Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. My name is Tom Seaman. I'm going to do a brief little program today on the importance of self-care. I work as a life coach in the area of health and wellness, and a big topic that tends to come up frequently is self-care and how to practice self-care and what self-care actually means. So I want to go over this real quick here just to give you some ideas and how you can implement them into your life. So why, in general, why is self-care so important? Well, self-care is the main component to working with stress, illness, pain, and any other life challenge, as well as preventing problems. Now, if you listen to my last video, it was on the impact that stress and emotions have on our health. Well, one of the key components to helping to maintain stress levels is, as it mentions here in this slide, is self-care. So I'm kind of adding on to that last video I did, which left out the self-care component. So why personally is self-care so important to me? I live with chronic pain from dystonia, and dystonia is a neurological movement disorder. So self-care is vital to my well-being, just like it is for anyone with or without a health condition. So this is not just for people that are dealing with any health issues. This is for everyone. Just real quick though, what is dystonia? I've done a couple videos on this, so I don't want to beat a dead horse and go over it again and again and again. So I'll just briefly describe it. It's a neurological movement disorder characterized by uncontrollable involuntary muscle spasms and contractions that cause repetitive movements, twisting, and or abnormal postures. It can also include a tremor. It's the third most common movement disorder after Parkinson's and essential tremor, but it's not very well known. Um, if you want to check out more information on this, I've written a book about it. I've also made a couple of videos, so please just either search for those or feel free to send me a message and I'll be happy to send you some links. So why self-care? Well, our doctors can really only do so much for us. They don't eat for us, they don't sleep for us, they don't manage our stress, they don't choose our friends, etc. There is also so much more to our overall well-being than just treatment, so the majority of our care really must come from us. Also, increased self-care, it enhances feelings of self-empowerment and confidence. It helps us gain more control. And there have been studies that have shown that people who do well with their health are the ones who are more involved in their healthcare, either working with their healthcare team or in the area of self-care. So here are some really quick ideas. I found this image. I thought it was a good little pictorial to kind of show you different things about what self-care can mean and what they can be. So asking for help, something that a lot of us struggle with is asking for help. Spending time alone. A lot of us feel like we need to be around others when being alone is a way to decompress. Put yourself first sometimes. A lot of us are really good at putting others first, and we need to put ourselves first once in a while. Also, asking for what you need. So again, asking for help, another big key component. Setting boundaries, that's critical. Boundaries in a lot of different areas with our lives. Staying at home if you don't feel like going out and doing something, and saying no. You know, you don't have to always say yes. And a lot of us are people pleasers and we don't want to let other people down, but we need to also check in with ourselves to make sure that we are not overextending. And if you do overextend or do anything else there, you feel like you're beating yourself up, we need to learn to forgive ourselves. Forgiveness is the key. Gratitude and forgiveness are probably the key things to living as stress-free a life as possible. And sometimes you have to take a step back and look at things that we're going through in a different way, from a different perspective, because when we're in the heat of something, we tend to lose perspective. We have to pull away, take a step back, take time, and then reassess and then re-engage in whatever it is that you're doing. So here are some self-care ideas: eating well, exercise, quality sleep, stress management, massage, healthy relationships, quieting our minds through meditation, prayer, and breathing exercises. This is really critical. Listening to music and dancing is really helpful for some people. Shutting off the computer and your phone and taking those mental breaks. The best part of my day is always when I flip the lid to my laptop down and I walk away. Being out in nature. That for me is probably the biggest one. I love to be outdoors, just doing anything whatsoever, even if it's raining out. It's wonderful for me to be out in nature. It's where I feel most grounded. I like to rest by the pool or at the beach or any kind of body of water. For me, if I'm around water, I am okay. Even if it's a puddle, I'm okay. It doesn't need to be anything vast. Also, key is refraining from activities and events that overtax our bodies. So, a lot of us have a certain threshold for how much noise and lights and activity we can handle. We need to be mindful of what we handle, how much we can handle, and not going above and beyond that. And if we do, not too much, so we don't have to spend too much time recovering from it. So, set and respect those boundaries. So here are some more ideas: reading inspirational books, watching your favorite movies and TV shows. It could be something really engaging or something that is just silly as can be and just totally turns your brain off. A big one also is not beating yourself up for making mistakes. A lot of us are really good at that. Or if your life changed from a health condition or other kind of a trauma situation, don't compare your life before that event or health condition occurred with now. Embrace who you are right now and measure your worth on how far you have come from your darkest days. I could easily measure my life before I developed this life-changing health condition called dystonia and developed chronic pain and other issues from it, because my life took a full 180. Life before was easy. Life now is much harder. So I measure myself from me in my darkest days to where I am now. So I would encourage you to try and do the same. It's not fair to really compare yourself to who you were before something dramatically changed your life. Avoiding toxic people and spending time with people who lift us up is also incredibly important. This again falls in the category of avoiding, or rather, of setting boundaries. So now if you struggle with self-care, which I'm guessing it is for most of the people listening and watching this, treat yourself like someone else you are responsible for taking care of. Most of us are much better at taking care of others than we are taking care of ourselves. And we need to take care of ourselves so we can be better for others and for ourselves, of course. So give that same care to yourself that you would give a loved one. Because people get the best of you when you give yourself the best of you. Thanks very much for watching and listening. I hope this was helpful. It was really quick. If you'd like to learn more about this particular topic or many other topics, I've got an extensive website which has videos, articles, podcasts. I've got a blog on there. I've also written 2 books which are pictured here. You can get them on my website or on Amazon, and they are packed with information on self-care and many other topics. So that's just all at my website, which is tomseaman.com. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram, so please feel free to follow me and I'll follow you back. And if you, again, have any questions of any kind whatsoever, please feel free to just send me a message through my website or put a comment below the video, and I will get back to you ASAP. Thanks so much for watching, and please take good care of yourselves.